now, without further ado, it's time to put your drinks down and your hands together for your 2024 Poco Saints. We're going to start with our goalie, starting in net number 88, Ashton Brown. Number 55, Amanda Mitten. Number 2, Nolan Ross. Number 3, Lincoln Wall. Number 4, Ty Fisher. Number 8, Lise Dockstetter. Number 10, your captain, Brayden Lady. Number 11, Ethan Self. Number 12, Jensen Jones. Number 14, assistant captain, Kaylin Mander. Number 19, Jordan Meach. Number 20, Levi Toohey. Number 22, Hunter Meyer. Number 25, Dylan Island. Number 34, Josh Mills. Number 44, Josh Yackney. Number 46, Damani Thomas. Number 48, Aiden McDonald. Number 77, your assistant captain, Andrew Cowboy Cowan. And number 98, Liam Hoopstratton. Your coaches, Travis Cornwall, Jeff Cornwall, Ian Patterson, and Kevin Shoemaker. And now for the introduction of your visiting Coquitlam Adanacs. Starting with the goalies, number 35, Jack Cass. Number 1, Tristan Lomax. Number 4, Ryan Favre. Number 7, Nathan Chalmers. Number 8, Alex Tan. Number 12, Robbie Turpin. Number 14, Cayman Diabo. Number 17, Remo Shinato. Number 21, Cole Kennett. Number 24, Jordan Reed. Number 27, Parker Kennedy. Number 29, Jackson Dillon. Number 42, Chase Hansen. Number 48, Jordan Cicchetto. Number 77, Logan Malesh. Number 91, Owen Orpano. Number 93, Nathan Miller. Number 98, Ben Musso. Number 55, Ben McElhardy. And number 49, Ashton Clark. And if I can please ask everybody to stand or remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem, we would like to welcome to the floor Lisa Kelly and Jamie O'Connell.
It was a disappointing season opener just 48 hours ago for the Poco Saints, one that saw them unable to find the back of the net until late in the second period.
How are we doing, Coquitlam? My name is Brad West, and I am so proud to be the mayor of the best city in British Columbia, right here, Poco. It feels very good to see this arena so packed tonight. And I'm very proud to be here with members of our city council, Councillor Glenn Pollock, Councillor Nancy McCurra, and Councillor Steve Darling. A year ago, at the Poco Sports Awards, I was giving a speech, and I said, we are going to make Port Coquitlam the best sports city in British Columbia. And we are delivering. We are standing right on a state-of-the-art, professional level turf that you cannot find anything that touches this. This is as good as it gets, and we're bringing it here home to Poco for our kids. Incredibly proud of that. coming, and we are going to be well on our way to fulfilling that promise, the best sports city in our province. I want to say a big congratulations to Poco Minor Lacrosse, to the Saints organization. It's so good to have box season back here in Coquitlam. Thank you for coming out to support these young athletes, and thank you for supporting your community. I'm now going to turn it over to a Poco lacrosse legend, Councillor Glenn Pollock. He's got some important information for y'all. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, Brad. I just want to share with you guys, I want to thank Greg and Aaron Moore, the owners of Patina, and Sarah Harbord, who's a lacrosse mom, and she's the general manager of Patina. They're doing a Saints Kolsch to support the Saints this year. It's on sale at both bars here. I encourage you to have one while you're watching the game, and you can purchase flats of it or 4-packs at both Patina and the Signature Liquor Store on Kingsway. And some of the proceeds are going to support Poco Saints Lacrosse. So please go grab some. Thanks very much.
If we could get both captains to come to center and take the ceremonial face-off, please.
Well, let's try this again, shall we, George? What do you think about that? It was a disappointing season opener just 48 hours ago for the Poco Saints, one which saw them unable to find the back of the net until late in the second period. But a short-term memory may be the recipe for success as they shift their focus to their first performance on home turf against their rivals from up the highway. Meanwhile, it's been the exact opposite start for the visitors, an ideal start, if you will, to be precise. 2 games, 2 wins, and a positive goal differential of 20 for the Coquitlam Adanacs. Their road to the Minto has begun, and tonight, all they see is an opponent in their way. It's the battle of uptown versus downtown, and it's all coming up next right now on BC Sports TV. Tino Farah here, your voice for the broadcast. Let's quickly get you some starting goaltenders in the hometown crease. It is Ashton Brown wearing number 88 for the hometown Saints. Meanwhile, his counterpart across the turf from him wearing number 35, sporting a brand new mask. Unbelievably, it looks too. Jack Kask for the Coquitlam Adanacs. He will man the crease for the boys in purple and gold, and we are underway. It's Poco looking for their first win of the season, and it is Coquitlam looking to stay hot, and they win the opening draw, getting their offense onto the floor first, and we are underway. Jackson Dillon sporting a custom name bar of sorts. As cameraman extraordinaire George Parra pointed out to me earlier, he has possession now, trying to get underneath of a double team, runs into a defender, backpedals his way into the crease. No shot, no save necessary for Ashton Brown. And it will be Kalen Mander pushing pace over center after just wrapping up his rookie season in the National Lacrosse League with the Halifax Thunderbirds. Still with a year of junior eligibility. There's a shot off the bar. And an early power play will come for Poco. They keep possession. There's Josh Mills getting his first game of the season underway here. Back from a lower body injury. Missed the season opener against Burnaby, but back in the lineup now as they work it around the outside. There's a shot and a save by Kask. And again, the first power play of the game will go to the Saints. Power play that is brought to you by Port Coquitlam Boston Pizza, a family restaurant and sports bar serving great food, including pizza, pasta, wings, and so much more. Port Coquitlam Boston Pizza is a proud sponsor of Poco Junior Lacrosse. So the Poco power play firing at 67% after their game against Burnaby. And we'll see if they can find some early success here, something that they could not find in that game. They work it around the perimeter. Here's Cowan. Over to Mills. Round to the corner. His pass near side down to the corner. It's just off the mark. Collected 15 to shoot. Mills. Cowan. Meyer winds. Fires, and there's another save by Kask. Stepping out of his crease, trying to grab the rebound himself. Battle ensues high off the glass. Unable to collect, though, and that'll send Coquitlam the other way in transition, shorthanded. As the first quarter of the power play is gone, Dylan Eilert picks off that one, and he'll try to send his Saints back the other way with time to work with on the power. Josh Mills out there for a quick defensive shift just for a moment. Going to try the hidden ball trick as he assumes his position at point for a moment. Now goes back to the shooter spot where he is usually found. Directing traffic. As it goes down to the corner. Hunter Meyer, big wind-up shot blocked by Ramos Shinato. That one deflects and goes out of play. Gets an applause from his Coquitlam teammates on the bench as they watch on from afar. Cowan down low to the corner. They go crease to crease. Pass off the mark. Mills collects off the corner board. Still 20 to shoot. Cowan, backhand flip, deflected down to the corner. Cole Kennett goes in to apply some pressure. The ball falls loose to Kask. Nothing going in the early stages of this power play. So they have just about 35 seconds remaining, but it is Ramos Shinato with possession for Coquitlam, shorthanded, as we are just about 2.5 minutes into the opening frame here. The home opener for the Saints. Shinato has his stick check. Loose ball up for grabs. Goes to the middle. Collected by Josh Yakney. He'll head off for a change. Mander. Flip feed, to Annalise Doxeter. He'll go down to the corner. He has possession now. Far side crease. Mills back to the point. Skip feed. Near side corner shot. Trying to float that one over to the far side was Damoni Thomas. And we're back to even strength. 0 for 1 on the power play. Turpin had an opportunity to go to cage. Couldn't get a clean handle on the ball. And Poco comes up with it. Jordan Meach, the Maple Ridge native, quickly over center. He'll dish and head off for a change himself. Next man in is Lincoln Wall to the shooter position. Last man in is Hunter Meyer. Tries to create some space. Hoogstraten kind of faked the drop pass, but dropped it regardless. Unintentional. That'll send Logan Mellish back the other way, waiting for some offensive reinforcements. He'll dish, head off himself. Ryan Favreau down to the near side corner. Parker Kennedy galloping, now backpedaling away, finds some room underneath Ethan Self, gets to the middle, drops the ball. And Coquitlam still looking for their first shot of the game as Coquitlam goes the other way. Yakney, one man to beat, gets a shot off. Good stick check there. Coquitlam got to be careful as that deflects off a defender and back towards Kask. So not a lot of quality looks either way. It's the adrenaline still playing a factor, it looks like, for Poco in their home opener with a pretty full John Bailey Arena here. Lots of the Poco Minor faithful in attendance. McDonald sends that far side. Andrew Cowan does a good job to get a handle off the end glass. Tries the dunk attempt. I believe that was Mills behind the net. Takes a shot at Kask after. Now Mellish goes into it with him as well. And Logan Mellish is going to head off as Jack Kask and Josh Mills got a little too close for comfort, according to Logan Mellish. And now Poco is going to head back to the power play, which is brought to you by Extreme Threads, your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing designs, and sublimated team uniforms. Now offering tents, banners, flags, decals, signs, and more. And you can check them out online, extremethreads.ca. So 0 for 1 on the power play for the Saints. Trying to split that difference now as they again work it around the perimeter. Cowan over to Hunter Meyer, big wind-up shot. Elbow save by Kask, just got enough of it. Again, sporting that brand new mask is Jack Kask. We'll see if we can get a good shot of that for you guys momentarily. But for now, it is Coquitlam in the offensive zone, short-handed, trying to kill as much clock as possible, taken away courtesy of the double team. Levi Tui and Kalen Mander joining forces to take that one away and get it back up to their offense. Cowan to Meyer, down low to the corner. It's Aiden McDonald. No look pass over to Doxeter, has to take that one off the end boards. That one deflects off of his stick. There's a low subber by Doxter, and that one's not going to go. Excuse me, that was Damoni Thomas, not Aiden McDonald. My mistake. He heads off for a change regardless. And Coquitlam gets back over center, about 50 seconds away from another successful kill in the early stages. Still 0-0. Here's Nathan Chalmers getting pressured by Meach. Meach doing a great job keeping him to the outside. He'll backpedal away as Coquitlam now sends it over to the lefties. Big wind up. Braden Lady knocks that one loose. Delayed call coming up against Poco. As Lady jarred that one free, and now Coquitlam will get an opportunity on their power play to try to get the game's opening goal. Phoenix Truck and Crane offers freight and crane services throughout British Columbia. A family-owned business for over 30 years, Phoenix Truck and Crane has rental and fleet options for all your hauling or lifting needs. PhoenixTruckCrane.com. So here comes that Coquitlam power play, 44% through 2 games. 4 on 4. 20 seconds away from that Coquitlam power play. So lots of open turf available here. Jackson Dillon off the post, and they score! Jackson Dillon opens the scoring for Coquitlam. It's 1-0. He just takes advantage of that little extra space. Works his way free from a defender off of the failed switch and puts that one low past Ashton Brown to make this a 1-0 game. Still 4 on 4 for the next 12 seconds. As Logan Mellish looks on, awaiting some instructions. Kalen Mander now gets it over center. He's got a man on his back, so he'll circle back himself, and now it will be a man advantage for Coquitlam as Mellish gets right into the, that's Shinato, not Logan Mellish. He continues to apply the pressure on Lincoln Wall, who falls to the turf. Now Shinato having a little bit of trouble with that, gets it off the hop. Now goes the other way with a little bit of pressure, sending that one to an open wing now as Cayman Diabo finds some space. Back up to the goal scorer, Jackson Dillon, assuming his position at that righty shooter spot. He has it now, back to the point. Chalmers, fake shot near side now, down low to Favreau, back to the point. Orpana, back to Chalmers, finds some room, big shot, blocked. Someone deflects and goes behind the net. Shot clock expires. And the Coquitlam coaching staff not happy. They thought there should have been a reset there as they work for possession. Now a bounce pass goes over center, and great pressure there, though, by Jordan Reed to take down Josh Mills, falling down and sending Coquitlam back into the offensive zone. Still in the power for another 30 seconds. So they look to double up on their lead. 12.5 to play in the first. Ball goes down low. Back to the point. Chalmers, backhand feed, far side. Shot saved by Ashton Brown. Rebound collected. Coquitlam down low to the corner. Chalmers back at the point. Near side feed, back to Chalmers. Low shot, and another stick save there by Ashton Brown as he drops down to hang on to the rebound. Now looks for a breakout target and finds one in Liam Hoogstraten. Just gets one over the center line in time, and we are back to 5 on 5. Mander down low, one-timer, stopped by Kask. As Coquitlam pounces all over, that was Josh Yakney with that chance down low. But the save was an unnecessary one as he did step through the crease, says that far side official. Now here's Coquitlam once again. Parker Kennedy, stutter step, sends it over to the far side. Return now to the lefty, shot around a screen, blocked. They grab their own rebound, though. Great effort there by Owen Orpana. Loose ball goes to the far side. Jordan Meach comes in to help, one hand on his stick, gets free of a double team for a moment, now sends it over in front of the penalty boxes, and Poco breaks free. Still waiting to get reinforcements on the floor. It was a 1-on-2 for a moment. It's a bit of a slower change for the Saints. But they'll try to settle in now. Aiden McDonald back out onto the floor. It's Andrew Cowan, sends it near side. Hunter Meyer looking for a target, finds Cowan in and out of his stick. Now just tries to run some interference as that loose ball is up for grabs in front of the Coquitlam Coquitlam bench. And Chase Hansen comes up with it, sprinting over center with plenty of time to work with. But again, just that slow start for Poco, similar to the one they had a couple of nights ago in Burnaby. As those early season nerves may be playing a factor, something they have to shake free early. Now Braden Lady, big collision on Parker Kennedy. He's going to battle for the loose ball against two Coquitlam forecheckers. Braden Lady comes up with it and sends his teammates the other way. Mander down low to the crease, and Yakni, he can't put it past Kask. Dropping down to his knees and just getting enough of it as it squeaks out the other side, but away from danger. Now Ben Musso sprinting off for a change. Late man in will be Ryan Favreau. Now Orpana drives down low, flip pass over to Kennedy, out of his reach. Poco trying to push the other way if they can grab the loose ball. Ethan Self has an opportunity. He's got one man on his back, Ethan Self, and a great save by Kask. Getting his right hand up and taking away that top corner. Ethan Self can't believe it, but he hustles back for another defensive shift here. And we'll see if Coquitlam looks to go at him at a tired Ethan Self. Hunched over for a moment. Coquitlam maintains possession, 10 seconds to shoot. Near side feed. Kennedy with some room. Spin move through the middle and puts that one wide. Coquitlam grabs as Fisher lobs that one over to the far side. We're now over the halfway mark of this first period. Still 1-0 for Coquitlam. Now here's Mills. The late man in, he's got one man on his back. Drop pass was off the mark, and Kask quickly out of his crease sends Robbie Turpin the other way. 2-on-2 forming up. Robbie Turpin doesn't like what he sees, so he'll turn back and get the offense onto the floor. Favreau quickly down low, in and out of the stick, gets his own rebound though as he goes in and he scores! If you asked him afterwards, that was a set play, but Ryan Favreau takes advantage of maybe an accidental alley-oop down to the corner, in and out of the stick of the intended target being Chase Hansen. Favreau grabs it himself and throws that one low past Ashton Brown, doubling up on the lead. It's 2-0 for the away team. What a start for Coquitlam. Hansen down low. Parker Kennedy stumbles, gets back to his feet though. 15 to shoot, he'll send it far side. It's Jackson Dillon. Uses the screen from Chalmers, gets a shot off, puts it wide. 7 to shoot. Hansen shot saved by Brown. Rebound falls out of his crease, but Lady there to help clean that up. Lobs that one to Kalen Mander, and he'll slow down to get the offense back out onto the floor. Here's Lincoln Wall. First man in, takes this one wide. He's got one defender in front of him, takes the shot blocked by Ben Musso. And now Coquitlam trying to take advantage of the slow bounce here. An opportunity going in alone, saved by Brown. Big collision afterwards, but Brown hangs on to it. And now Mills takes the breakout pass. He's got Jordan Meach up, another man, and Cowan in alone. Great save, Kask! It's opening up a little bit here in the second half of the first, but Jack Kask has been sensational early. Now Ryan Favreau takes that shot, blocked by a defender. Rebound goes off of Asane and back into the crease. Fisher has a quick conversation with the official, but it will remain Coquitlam possession as they work it around to the righties first. Looking for a shot lane, pass, blocked, taken away, and here comes Poco now. It's Levi Tui, can't get it over center successfully, runs into two forecheckers from Coquitlam. And this should be a 10-second count, excuse me, an 8-second count as Poco unable to clear their zone. There's a shot and another goal. Coquitlam strikes early in the shot clock. Takes advantage of an unsettled Poco defense. And how about that for an early strike to continue to try to spoil this party? I believe that was Nathan Chalmers with that one. Another low shot gets past Ashton Brown. And the lead is now 3. And Coquitlam wins the ensuing draw. Ramos Shinado's got a 2-on-1. He's going to take this himself. Shot saved by Brown. Self grabs that rebound. And the arena has gotten, we'll just say, a lot more silent than it was a few moments ago there. Hey, George? Man, oh man. The vibes in here were electric. Brand new turf. Home opener for the Saints, and they need to ignite that spark again. Hoogstraten sails that one over the net. Now just 5 seconds to shoot. Long shot on target. But that'll send Coquitlam quickly the other way as they get their offense back out onto the floor. Shots early are 4-3 in favor, at least according to the scoreboard, for Poco. I don't believe that's correct. Either way, though, we march on as there are just under 6 minutes to play here in the first period. Braden Lady working on Logan Mellish. Lady, another member of this Poco Saints team, having just finished up their rookie season in the NLL, being Kalen Mander for Halifax, and Braden Lady here in Vancouver. There's an interference call that will go against the Saints, ending that offensive set early. Now Chalmers, the latest goal scorer for these Adanacs. Fakes using the screen, now comes around. Trying to ward off on his defender being Jordan Meach. Hansen spins back through to the top. Far side feed, deflected, taken away by Jordan Meach. He's got a man up in Mander, can't take it cleanly. So he'll slow down, canceling out that transition opportunity and giving Coquitlam the availability to get their whole defense out onto the floor. No look pass. They fake it over to Hunter Meyer. Hoogstraten ended up with it and got the shot off. Cass had to be sharp there and got enough of it with his stick. Now Aiden McDonald battling for the loose ball here alongside Hunter Meyer. Hoogstraten comes in to help, but it gets kicked free as Ben Musso collects. 2-on-2 here now until the rest of the change is facilitated by both teams. Jackson Dillon, first man in, he has possession far side. Now Parker Kennedy. Coquitlam elects to go lefty strong on this set. Kennedy down low to the corner. Favreau, far side feed, heavy shot, a bouncer ends up off the cage, and Brown has to make a second chance save as the rebound fell to his feet. Coquitlam got another clean look, and they will maintain possession following the interference call. And Parker Kennedy going to start off possession. Return feed from Favreau. Comes over top, looks far side, finds Dillon. Jackson Dillon works the screen. Two-man game, pass down low, off the mark, taken away by Brown, and a quick up goes far side to Ty Fisher, quickly over center. Josh Mills gets in, runs into a bit of a double team from Coquitlam. Bounce pass goes near side, now down to the corner. It's McDonald using his frame to the middle. Shot saved by Cask, rebound, second chance, and they score! Andrew Cowan gets the first one for the Saints. That's one the Poco coaching staff will be pretty pleased by, as Aiden McDonald uses his big frame to muscle his way through to the middle of the floor and get a blind shot on target. Cask makes the initial save, but the rebound falls to a wide open Andrew Cowan, who has a wide open net to deposit that one into, and they cut the lead to 2. 3-1 now with 3:15 to play, and the ensuing faceoff goes the way of Coquitlam. Looking for a quick strike back and an answer. Hansen looks for targets, finds one in Jackson Dillon. Righty strong this time around for Coquitlam. They got a man down low on the near side. It's Parker Kennedy. Had a highlight reel goal a couple of nights ago for Coquitlam against New West, as he scored one, falling to the wooden floor with one hand on his stick and still put it on target. It was a beautiful tally. And he'll look for more as this game progresses. Near side feed, and they strike again. Hunter Meyer burns the turf with that one, and the lead is cut to 1. Maybe they just needed the first one to be able to get their legs underneath of them, but Hunter Meyer gets the one-timer from the far side and all in one motion sends it back far side on Jack Kask. And just like that, under 3 to play, it's 3-2. And again, Coquitlam looking to answer right back here as they once again win the ensuing draw and go right back to work offensively. Here's Kennedy. Down low to the corner, quick feed through the middle, shot. Just catching a piece of that one was Ashton Brown as he steps out of his crease now to set a screen, and he might get a penalty here, actually. Regardless, it will be somebody from Poco getting the call, and it will be somebody on our broadcast getting an ad read. How about that for a transition, George? Huh? Rycor Construction has been providing quality craftsmanship to the Lower Mainland for over 15 years, specializing in residential renovations, anything from a kitchen or bathroom makeover to a full home renovation. They're family owned and operated and pride themselves on exceptional client experience. RycorConstruction.ca. The Coquitlam power play goes back to work here. Chalmers on the point, skip feed, and a one-timer by Favreau. Sharp save there by Brown. Mander takes the outlet pass and just gets over center. About a second, maybe a second and a half difference between time on the penalty and the time remaining in the period. McDonald tried to blindly send that one back towards the corner, couldn't do so, saving the over and back call. So it will be a free clear now for Coquitlam. Still in the power play for another minute and a half or so. And Chalmers will again be running quarterback here for the Adanacs. Dillon at the corner. Orpana near side, back to the point. Chalmers and a kick save by Brown. Rebound collected by Orpana once again. Favreau. Back to the near side shooter position. Now return to him. Orpana, skip feed, one-timer, and another kick save by Brown. Those are two sharp saves from the Poco goaltender. And now Fisher quickly the other way, shorthanded as we are into the final minute of action here in the first period. Can Poco find the game's tying goal in the late stages? At the very least, they'd be content to head to the intermission down by just 1. Here's Hoogstraten, 8 to shoot. Trying to muscle his way over. Twister goes just wide. Had a little bit of space available there, but couldn't get it on target. Now 34 seconds remaining. Coquitlam potentially with their last opportunity here before the intermission. Here's Dillon. Into the play first. Chalmers at the point. Near side feed. Return now. Low shot, stick save. And Brown looking for a quick target. Full press here by Coquitlam. Lady sends that one far side. A bouncer off the turf. They got to get this one over and can't get it in time. So Coquitlam will get one more opportunity with 9 seconds to play here. Maybe a mental mistake by Poco. We'll see if Coquitlam takes advantage. Skip feed, Favreau, sidearm bouncer goes just wide. That will do it for the end of the intermission. As Favreau is trying to call time here. But I don't know if they're going to get any time put back on the clock. Looks like they won't. So the officials are going to come to the Poco bench here for just a moment. And no, not going to get it. So that's going to do it for the first period here from the John Bailey Arena. We're going to step aside for the next 10 or so minutes. But don't go too far. Grab your snacks, grab your drinks. You've been watching Poco Junior A Lacrosse on BC Sports TV. Welcome back inside the John Bailey Arena, BC Sports TV, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Tino Farah here, your voice. And I just want to get a quick message here in from our good buddy, Jeff Fisher. Alex Patterson, a lacrosse player from Maple Ridge, is tuning in from the hospital this evening, recovering from an unfortunate accident recently. Please keep her in your thoughts and prayers, and let's send as many positive vibes their way for a speedy recovery. And we thank them, of course, for tuning into the broadcast while she is on her recovery journey. So thoughts and well wishes with her and her family for the time being. But let's get you a scoring summary from the first period, shall we? It was a heavy Coquitlam start. Goals from Jackson Dillon, Ryan Favreau, Nathan Chalmers in no particular order. I actually might have got the order right there. So a strong start for Coquitlam. Slower start for Poco until they eventually did get their feet under them and got some goals from Hunter Meyer and Andrew Cowan on this brand new turf. Shots are dead even at 14 aside. 11 saves for Ashton Brown, meanwhile, in that Coquitlam goal. And we'll see if we can get you a shot of this new mask being sported by Jack Kask. 12 saves of the 14 available. There's our cameraman extraordinaire, George Para. And there's Jack Kask in goal for Coquitlam. You got to see this mask up close in person. It is unbelievable, and he'll watch on now as his team goes to work on the offensive side of the floor early. They've been dominant at the faceoff dot, have been the Coquitlam Adanacs, and they'll start on a power play. 0 for 2 on the power play in the first period, as was Poco. We'll see if Coquitlam can change that fortune. A shot blocked by Dylan Eilert, putting his body on the line and sending Kalen Mander the other way off a breakout pass from Ashton Brown, the Poco netminder, who settled in. It's always an onslaught of shots when you're facing the Coquitlam Adanacs. So you need a steady presence in between the pipes if you're going to have any chance against the boys in purple and gold. And a strong opening period for one Ashton Brown. Power play going back to work. Shot right into the logo and a big hit there afterwards as well. Ty Fisher sending his man down to the turf and heading off himself quickly over center in transition. Fake pass. Now he'll slow up. Still on the kill for another 55 seconds. Lob pass near side to Liam Hoogstraten. A trade deadline acquisition for Poco last season. He remains with the Saints. And we'll try to assert his dominance and physicality there with his big frame. Pass intended for him goes all the way back down the floor. Now he'll head off for a change as the Coquitlam power play will get back out there. Still in the man up for another 32 seconds. And looking to avoid going 0 for 3 on the power early in this game. Perimeter work again. Chalmers has some room. Pass to the middle. Low shot and they score! Second of the game for Ryan Favreau. The lead is 2 once again. There's that beautiful passing from Coquitlam as they just work it side to side with ease. And then Ryan Favreau just gets lost amongst the defenders. Couple that with a beautiful pass from the near side right into his stick, and that's tough for any goalie to try to solve. So 4-2 now for the away team, trying to spoil the home opener party. And we'll go back to 5-on-5 action 2 minutes into the second period. Coquitlam back to work. Pass was not a great one, sending Poco back the other way. Now an opportunity for their first settled offensive opportunity here, 5-on-5. After their penalty to close out that first period. Here's Andrew Cowan, one of the goal scorers from that opening frame. Mills, a rising subber, tried to go glove side on Kask, cannot solve the Coquitlam goalie. Throws a backhanded breakout pass. A tough one is McDonald applies some pressure and the forecheck works. As Lee Stockstader comes up with possession, he runs into a couple of Coquitlam defenders. Nifty backhand pass, though, eludes that pressure, and now he has it once again. Far side feed, deflected. McDonald with it. Delayed call coming out against Coquitlam. No goal as McDonald drives. Step down through the crease before it crossed the goal line, but does draw a penalty for his efforts, and Poco will go back to the power play. West Coast Iron in Port Coquitlam is the powerhouse of serious training in the Lower Mainland. With over 15,000 square feet of iron and a ton of cardio machines, they welcome anyone and everyone who wants to make profound and lasting changes to their physique, mindset, and lifestyle. If you are ready to transform, West Coast Iron is the place to do it. What do you say, George? You want to go sign up afterwards? Me and you, gym buddies? Huh? Yeah, that's right. All right, back to the action. Smarten up here, George. Smarten up. Power play goes to work here for Poco. Cowan going to run quarterback, and they initiate their motion. Meyer, big wind up far side, and they score! We talk about the pretty movement from Coquitlam on the power play. Well, how about that one from Poco as Meyer sells Cask on the windup, and then Lee Stockstader with a ton of room on the near side corner, one-timer into the wide open net, and the lead is cut to 1. What a pass, what a finish. And now Jordan Meach applying some pressure, had it for a moment, but has that go off the sideboards, and Coquitlam once again earns possession on the following face-off. They have been just dominating at the face-off dot. And that does not look like it's going to change, at least not to this point. Coquitlam going back to work. 10 seconds to shoot. Parker Kennedy. Sidearm feed. Near side. Skip pass deflected. Meant to go through the middle. Dylan Eilert slips. 3 seconds to shoot now if Coquitlam can get one off. And a mental mistake there. Unaware of that shot clock was Cayman Diabo. And now Liam Hoogstraten showing off his hands to get a handle on that one. Josh Mills coming off that lower body injury, getting into his first game action here this season. Missed the season opener 48 hours ago. Coquitlam back into the action after the Cask save. Logan Mellish heads to the far side and heads off for a change himself. Orpana sets the screen. Back up to the point. Jackson Dillon now near side. As Alex Tan returns it now to the lefties. Under 10 to shoot. Looking for some room. Shot and a save by Brown. He'll hang on to the rebound. As Poco again, you can see still our cameraman extraordinaire, George Parr, and I were talking in between the periods. Maybe some of these guys still getting a little bit used to the turf. Certainly the bounce being a little different than the concrete that they had previously been used to. So you saw the bounce there. It just dies a little bit more than previously. Josh Mills, twister shot, tried to pull that one short side. Goes just off the shoulder of Cask, and now Ramos Shanato with some room. Muscling his way through, shot off the stick of Brown. His mesh acted as a trampoline, the rebound falling forward, but now Poco gets back into the stick of Josh Mills. The latest goal scorer, Lee Stockstader, back out onto the floor. Drives middle, off ball. Hoogstraten, draw pass. McDonald, wind up shot, save. Cowan fishing for that rebound, can't get it as Cask cleans it up. Now a long stretch pass goes the length of the floor, finding Jordan Cachetto. He's got a man and Aiden McDonald on his back, gets away from him. Now streaking through the middle as Kennedy finds some room, gets into a double team and gets away from that. Now with possession once again. Chalmers into the action. Near side down to the corner. Dillon gets around the first man shot. A bouncer near side, saved by Brown. Delayed call, and we will get another power play for Coquitlam. As marching to the box this time around will be Levi Toohey. Are you ready for a new ride? Metro Ford of Port Coquitlam has you covered. You can check out our huge selection of quality vehicles and experience the Metro difference. Come see us today at Metro Ford. So 1 for 3 on the power play. The Adanacs are to this point. And they will work it around the perimeter here early now, initiating their motion. Got the pass free. It was deflected. Loose ball falls in the middle. Good hands there by the Poco defender. And that'll send Braden Lady going one-on-one on Jackson Dillon. Lady thought about the swim, pushes off and gets some space himself. The fifth-year junior finds some space and then finds Andrew Cowan shortly thereafter. Now Ramos Shinato applies the pressure himself as the Coquitlam power play is about a quarter of the way over. Logan Mellish blocks that pass from Josh Mills. Sends it back up the floor. Here's Turpin to Favreau. Orpana now into the play. Return feed now to Favreau, who is on hat trick watch. I do believe so. Checking my notes. Correct. Try to feed him down low in the corner. Pass falls to Braden Lady. He's going to push pace himself. He's got Favreau on his back. But he finds room once again. The Poco captain feeds Liam Hoogstraten. Now Aiden McDonald. Gets past Cole Kennett. Now working on him, goes behind the net. Forced into the corner by the aforementioned Kennett. Now dropped to the floor by a second defender. And McDonald not happy about that one. He's going to retrieve his shoe and head off for a change, sending Coquitlam back the other way. Parker Kennedy loves that spin move. He circles back to the corner and waits to get the rest of the power play back out into the floor as Nathan Chalmers returns it to him now. Back to the point. Chalmers, backhand feed near side. Another backhand down to the corner. Chalmers, 5 to shoot. Down to the corner. Dillon gets it off, fakes the backhand, lost the ball, goes to the corner, no shot, and that'll be the expiring shot clock instead, and an expiring penalty for Poco, but they turn it over right after, and Coquitlam ready to go back the other way quickly. Collision along the far side boards. Nolan Ross throwing his weight around. Now Ty Fisher grabs possession. 2 forecheckers close in on him. He falls to the turf. Loose ball up for grabs underneath of him. Who wants it here? Poco collects, and that'll be the 8-second count. So that heavy forecheck of Coquitlam comes to play once again. Kennedy has some room. Now near side, Chalmers comes over top. Eats a slash, takes another one, sends it back over to the lefties. Now skip feed to Jackson Dillon. He's got 1 defender in front of him, uses the screen, backhand flip over to Chalmers. The sidearm bouncer saved by Brown, and a quick up as he wants to send his teammates the other way in transition quickly. But didn't like what he sees, says Jensen Jones. He'll turn back as Lise Dockstetter returns it now down to the corner. Wall to Mills. Dockstetter is going to get called for interference on Cole Kennett, canceling out that possession early for Poco. Shots dead even here, 19 aside. So we approach the midway mark of this period, the midway mark of this game. Jackson Dillon sends it down low. They work through the middle, can't get a shot off, and Brown will collect. Ethan Self, 1 hand on his stick, has that deflect. Again, can't get a clean break. Coquitlam takes advantage. Now can they take advantage on the scoreboard? Kennedy right back out there. Has some room to work with. Ball goes up to Favreau. Lise Dockstetter is out here on defense after staying and playing from his last offensive shift. Can Coquitlam take advantage of a tired member of the Poco Saints? Looks like no, as they send it quickly the other way. Dylan Eilett's got Robbie Turpin as the lone defender. Wrong side, shot goes just wide. Off the head of Reed. Meach continues to battle for it. Eilett comes up with it instead. Now Hoogstraten. Poco didn't get their reset, so now just 5 seconds to shoot as Mills sent it down low to the corner. Oh, Meyer wanted the one-timer, but couldn't get it cleanly. And now here's Ben Musso on a clean break. Yakni on his back. Musso puts it wide. had a chance to dunk it over Ashton Brown, but couldn't get it on target. And ends up out of play. Poco possession as Hoogstraten getting worked on here by Logan Mellish. Runs into Aiden McDonald, who falls. Now an opportunity sent just wide, this time courtesy of Lincoln Wall. Couldn't get it on target, but McDonald with it once again. Big windup right into the crest of Jack Kask, and he grabs the rebound himself. Coquitlam coaching staff wants the pace to pick up here as Dylan takes it off the breakout feed. Kind of faked a shot there as the ball fell out of his stick, right into the stick of Ashton Brown. Now Poco content with slowing things down here in transition. Thomas now near side feed to the corner as Josh Mills works on his defender. Finds some space. Hunter Meyer had that one-timer goal back in the first. Fake shot now by Mills. Gets his hand free and he scores! Welcome back to the lineup. Josh Mills ties the game at 4. They get their motion going side to side. And Mills with 2 defenders on him still gets his hands free, reaching around. And gets the score all squared up. 8:28 to play in the second period. It's 4-4. First of the game, first of the year for Josh Mills. And again, another face-off win by the Adanacs. And Parker Kennedy now works on Ethan Self. Waits for the screen from Favreau. Tries to work the pick and roll. Takes it himself. Shot and a save by Brown. Rebound collected by Coquitlam. Favreau comes over top. Looking for a shooting lane. Finds one. And another kick save by Brown. Rebound goes high off the netting and out of play. Another fresh 30 for Coquitlam. And they'll look to take advantage of some tired Saints defenders. Orpana comes into the mix. Get some fresh legs here for Coquitlam. Tried to receive the flip pass, was just off the mark from Favreau, and now Mander's got a breakaway from center, looking for the lead. Mander puts it just wide. He beat Kask, but couldn't put it into the net. Poco just inches away from grabbing the first lead of the game. Instead, Coquitlam back into the offensive zone. Adanacs just get their last member of their offense on, and they score! Orpana takes advantage despite a slow change. Moments ago, Poco thought they were going to take the lead. Instead, it's Coquitlam taking it right back. 5-4 now with 7:13 to play. Owen Orpana. A heavy one from distance. Grabs his 5th goal of the season. What a start he's had through, well, now 2.5 games. One of the new acquisitions here for Coquitlam, and now they want some more going in, and a kick save by Brown. Again, sending the rebound to the corner. And faceoffs are clearly playing a factor here in this one, as Coquitlam could be up by a lot more if they had been able to take advantage of some of these fast break opportunities immediately following a goal. Instead, Poco goes the other way, and Shinato is going to go back to the penalty box on the cross-checking call here. What an opportunity for Poco to once again try to tie this game. Port Coquitlam's Boston Pizza is a family restaurant and sports bar serving great food, including pizza, pasta, wings, and more. Port Coquitlam's Boston Pizza, proud sponsors of Poco Junior Lacrosse. So the Saints will work it around the outside, backhand flip pass, and they score! What a play! Jack Kask lost where the ball was on the backhand feed. From behind the net, Lee Stockstader fooled the Coquitlam goaltender. Man, oh man, what a play. Load that one up on the highlight reel, folks. I got to tell you, we got a cramped booth up here in the John Bailey Arena. I got Jeff Fisher, PA announcer to the Stars on my right, and cameraman extraordinaire George Part on my left. They are both closing in on my shoulders to watch the replay. The people in the booth love that one, folks. Man, oh man, what a goal from the Saints, and what a way to tie it. And now an opportunity once again as Ethan Self looks for another one. Great save by Kask. And this Poco Arena has got some life in it here as Ben Musso is going to take a penalty. Another opportunity on the power for Poco. Extreme Threads is your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, designs, and sublimated team uniforms. Now offering tents, banners, flags, decals, signs, and more. And you can check them out online at extremethreads.ca. So here come the Saints. Again, looking for their first lead of the game on the man advantage. Meyer, fake pass now down low to the near side corner, or far side, excuse me. Shot goes just wide. Dockstader, moments ago, had that beautiful backhand feed. Back out on the floor, gets a one-timer, and he scores! Just like that, Poco's got the lead! A friendly bounce off the end boards, but Poco keeps possession. And their two crease men go to work. But this time, it is Dockstader, the recipient of the feed, putting that one into the wide open cage. And just like that, Poco is on top, and this building has some life. Face-off win from Coquitlam. Orpana had the go-ahead goal just a few moments ago before this quick flurry of goals from Poco. Does he have another one in his bag of tricks? Dylan. Sidearm bouncer goes just wide. That'll go off the sideboards. Kalen Mander's going to try to take advantage. This time around, he shoots, and another save by Kask. Mander cannot buy one in this game. But he heads off and gets a pat on the back from his coaching staff for his efforts regardless as Coquitlam gets back into the offensive zone. Kennedy, fresh off the bench. Now Diabo comes over top, stick check by Meach. Now falls to the turf, sends that one to an open man. Now Poco looking for more. As Jones has a man in front, it's Meach. Shot saved by Kask. Mills finds some room. He'll slow up, long feed, and great hands there. I believe that was Ty Fisher reaching in, keeping possession for the Saints as that one was almost an over and back call. Instead, they're back into the offense. McDonald, shot, blocked, deflects just wide. And now Coquitlam pushes pace. What a turn of events all of a sudden here in this second period. 4:20 to play in said period. 12 to shoot here for the Adanacs as Kennedy finds some room. Near side feed to Dylan. Poco doing a good job of clogging up the middle. Dylan finds some room regardless. Can he get his hands free? He does at the last second, but his shot sails wide, and Ashton Brown will collect. Quick feed finds Ethan Self. Dockstader. Return feed to him. Far side feed on the skip. Over to Meyer. Thomas. To Wall. Now Cowan. Returns it now to the righties. Meyer gets his hands free. Shot saved by Kask. That one's going to go out of play. Fresh 30 now for the Saints to work with. Little momentum on their side in the later stages of this second. Dockstader. Shot saved by Kask. Wall grabs the rebound. Shot, another save by Kask, this time on Meyer. Jack Kask goes from left to right and takes away a ton of space in very little time. Impressive movement from the Coquitlam netminder. Now Coquitlam's turn to go to work and try to tie this game. Favreau gets under the first defender. Shot, deflected, goes just wide now off the sideboards. They'll say that one went out of play. So it will be a fresh 30 for the Adanacs to work with. Lady, a heads-up play to get in front of that potential shot. Chalmers couldn't take the pass cleanly. Mander grabs the loose ball instead, and he'll get that one over center in transition. Jensen Jones passes the middle, and Mills puts it just off the post, leaping through the crease. Coquitlam with an opportunity now instead. Shot blocked before it got through. The track meet continues to open up here, but Poco maybe looking for a settled offensive shift now as we approach the 2-minute mark of this second period. Hunter Meyer had a goal in the first. Does he have more? Doxter wanted the one-timer, but it just slipped out of his stick. Still has possession. As he works on Shinato. Skip feed, far side. Meyer fakes on 2 defenders. Shot saved by Kask. Gets it under his arm, and he wants a quick breakout. Doesn't have one up the floor, but does have one at the far side corner. Now Turpin over center. He's got Kennedy with him. Turpin gets underneath. Shot. And they'll say Brown got a piece of it, but now Poco's got a man up. Ethan Self has that one Nolan Ross has that one deflect out of his stick. Trips as well on the back check. And Poco would have had a clean breakaway. Instead, Coquitlam with their chance. And that'll be an interference call against Poco. So now another opportunity for Coquitlam to try to take advantage. 1.5 to play in the second. Kennedy. Back to the point. Pass deflected by Lady. Diabo with it. Return feed now to Kennedy. Bobbles it himself before sending it back to the far side. Orpana, a twister. And was that on target? No, just cleanly out of play. So a couple chances for Coquitlam, and they cannot get a clean look. Instead, it will be Damoni Thomas into the offensive zone off the flip pass from Aiden McDonald, but now the lefties will go to work. Josh Mills parked behind the net. Has it sent to him. They wanted the dunk, but it goes off the glass, so Mills couldn't take it cleanly now with under a minute to play. Coquitlam pushing pace. Do they want the 2-for-1? Pass to Chalmers, in and out of his stick. Dylan Eilert grabs it. Finds some room behind his net. Bounce pass up to Lady. Got to get this one over center. Does with about a second to spare. And about a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock here in the final moments of the second period. Brown will stay in the net. Hunter Meyer with it. Near the restraining line. Now 5 to shoot. Meyer wants a quick shot and a rebound. Hoogstraten couldn't take that pass cleanly, so Poco's now going to need to defend, and Coquitlam's going to call a timeout here with 9.2 seconds to play before the intermission. So we'll see if Kask comes on for the extra attacker. Pat Coyle's having a word with one of the officials here on the floor, not happy about a call from a few moments ago. But what a start here in the home opener for the Poco Saints. Again, they had a really disappointing performance about 48 hours ago in Burnaby in their season opener. Unable to find the back of the net until late in the second period, and it looked like some of those early season jitters continued here on home floor in the early stages of this game before they finally got their feet under them a little bit, got that first goal of the game. But even then, Coquitlam continued with that pace that we're so used to when watching Adanacs lacrosse. And then it's been the second period where Poco has really started to find their footing and looked like that fourth place team from last year, a team that surprised so many people on their quick turnaround from just 2 years ago where they had, I think, just 1 or 2 regular season wins. Last year found themselves into a playoff spot. Looking for more this season, but they got a period to get through as Chalmers works it to the far side. Dylan, near side feed. They get underneath. Shot, can't get on target in time. A big collision there afterwards, and that will do it from second period action as Orpana had his shot blocked before getting it on cage. The Poco Saints were down heading into the first intermission, and they find themselves up by 1 heading towards the third period. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back on BC Sports TV after this second intermission. Welcome back inside the John Bailey Arena here, ladies and gentlemen, as we are just a little over a minute away from the start of the third and final period in this BC Junior A matchup between the hometown Poco Saints and their home opener, might I add, versus the Coquitlam Adanacs. And it was a hot start for the A's, but Poco came marching back in the second, just refusing to go away. And they find themselves 20 minutes away from their first win of the season if they can continue what they started here. 6-5 now with 20 more minutes to go. George, dare I say 20 miles, 20 smiles? Is it time for that yet? It's always time. That's right. Correct, George. BC Sports TV, thank you very much for joining us here for another one live from the John Bailey. We're going to be here all summer long bringing you free lacrosse of the Junior A variety. If you want to stay tuned to all of our channels, we're also going to be in Victoria this summer as well. We were out there for our first bit of work last weekend, but we will be there again all summer long on Saturdays. If you want to catch some Victoria Shamrocks lacrosse, tomorrow, the first one will be at 12:30, where Victoria will be taking on the visiting Maple Ridge Burrards. Shortly thereafter, 3:30 start time, it will be the Junior A Shamrocks taking on the Delta Islanders, again, all across our BC Sports TV channels. You can follow us on Twitter at BC Sports TV, as well as Instagram. Or if you want to throw me a follow, get interactive on any of the streams, you can find me on Twitter at Ferratino, or on Instagram at Tino Farah. A lot of plugs there, but we are back underway. Third period action and another face-off win courtesy of the Adanacs sends Robbie Turpin into the offensive zone for the first set of the period. His pass was blocked, taken away by Ashton Brown. Nothing going on what looked to be the first set of the period. Instead, it will be Poco looking to stretch their lead here in these early stages. Lincoln Wall over to Josh Mills. He had a goal back in that second period. Tries that reverse backhand. Couldn't get it on target. Took some contact as well. Now a blind backhand feed. Wall sends his shot off the turf and out of play. Now Coquitlam with another opportunity for their first set. Strong game from both goaltenders to this point. But it will be Ashton Brown looking for the next save as Kennedy watches on, sending it over to the far side. Dillon fakes the flip over to Melish, dives across into the goaltender. No goal and makes the save, but Jackson Dillon goes through the crease regardless. He'll head off as Brown shakes that one off. Now Andrew Cowan has to be careful as Jordan Cachetto was closing that gap. Nice swim move, but runs into a double team. Got to be careful. That center line steps on it. That'll be a back over call as Andrew Cowan could not avoid that center line. Again, just looking for their first shot of the period as Coquitlam comes back into the offensive zone. Pass picked off by Lady. He's got one man in front of him, puts on the wheels and heads the other way. Hoog Stratton is the first man in. He'll head down low the near side. Corner off ball as Wall gets into the play. Lee Stockstader goes to the corner, sends a bouncer up above him. Mills into the play now, sets a screen. Wall, near side feed. Meyer has his drop pass, picked off by Shinato. Now Musso, the long breakout feed. He's going to push pace with Dylan Eilert in front of him. Now Dillon gets into the mix, creating some space as Parker Kennedy takes the feed. Last man coming in will be Orpana. Wants the ball, not going to get it. Dillon looks over to Favreau instead. Now down low, Parker Kennedy. Cuts through, falls to his knees, still with possession somehow, now loses it. Four Poco defenders closing the gap here. Loose ball still up for grabs, and the Saints come up with it. What a battle there, as the Saints did a much better job in that second period of really clogging up the middle after a first period where Coquitlam was just having their way with all aspects of the offensive side of the ball. Now the Saints, Cowan, skip feed to Meyer. Get the shot off, glove saved by Kask. Melish had it for a moment. Instead, Damoni Thomas grabs the rebound and sends it over to the lefties. Wall has his pass picked off, a heads-up play by Jack Kask, taking away what would have been a second chance opportunity for the offense of the Saints. Now Coquitlam back into the zone. Here comes Alex Tan. Finds space, looking near side. Hansen down low. Orpana takes a high hit, runs into a second defender, loses the ball in the process. Meach grabs it off the sideboards, falls as he tries to send it up the floor, taken away. Here comes Alex Tan. Over to Orpana once again. He'll try to right his wrongs from that last possession. Now far side feed, Tan over to Chalmers. Shovel shot goes high and wide. Picked up again by Hansen. Now Orpana with it. 15 to shoot. Heavy shot, kick save off the left toe of Ashton Brown. Rebound again up for grabs. Ty Fisher going to battle for it. Rolls to the corner. 2 forecheckers comes in. One hand flip goes to the middle of the floor. Mander takes it. A no-look pass over to Lady in transition. Again, got to get this one over center. Does just in time. Nice swim move by the Poco captain. And Dockstader avoids a check while sending it over to Mills. Josh Mills gets underneath the Kennett. To the corner. Dockstader. Skip feed intended for Aiden McDonald. Was not a clean pass. So it got deflected off of a stick. Shinato takes it instead. Might stay and play a shift here. Now he'll turn back. Get the fleet, the offensive powerhouse of Coquitlam onto the floor. Last man in will be Orpana. Dockstader stuck out there for a shift. Makes a play as he deflects the pass. Now assumes his position in the middle of the floor. Nothing going on that shift offensively for the Adanacs. Another good defensive shift here for Poco as they try to work the clock. Still up by 1. Meyer loses it off the split move underneath. Ball falls free to Damoni Thomas. Shot, and they scored! Lincoln Wall gets his first of the game, and the lead is now 2. It certainly wasn't settled, but they found a way to make it work as Lincoln Wall just got lost behind a defender on the crease, grabbing his second goal of the season. And the lead is now 2, 7-5, just over 5 minutes into the final frame. Shinato. Off the face-off, dishes and heads off for a change. Nathan Chalmers gets the feed and runs it down to the corner. Now Kennedy bobbled that pass. See, he was thinking about the move before he had clean possession. Now Mander with some space. He's got Ben Musso in front of him and a defender on his back. He'll circle back and feed Josh Mills. Late man in now will be Hunter Meyer replacing Kalen Mander as Lise Dockstader sends it over to Hoogstraten, and a sliding save there by Kask. Again, stepping over to his right. He wants a breakout target, sends that one on a rope up the floor, just off the mark as Yakni sends a flip pass up to Dockstader and returns that long feed all the way up the floor to Mills. Wholesale change now for the Saints as Mills waits for help. He's got Reed in front of him, gets away from that initial check. Hoogstraten, big shot, big wind-up shot, and Kask had it underneath of him as he now looks for a defender to take it away. Doesn't get one, so he'll take it himself and initiate transition. 13.5 to play now in the third period. Dillon, checked by Meach. Near side feed to Kennedy. Now Hansen. Finds some room off the screen, returns it now to the righties. Coquitlam goes lefty strong. There's a shot on a backhand. Stopped by Ashton Brown. That was Chase Hansen showing off his hands this time around, but could not solve the Poco goaltender. And there's the 8-second count. Another mental mistake here from the Saints in their home opener. Can Coquitlam take advantage this time around? Shots pretty heavily favor Poco in this one. Now Chalmers off the rebound. Shot goes wide. Brown steps out of his crease to get a handle. He's got a man all the way up the floor. in Josh Yakney. Shots 35-24 in favor of the hometown team. Yakney takes a heavy hit along the corner boards there, courtesy of Shinato, stays out for an offensive shift. Mills takes a collision himself, feed over to Meyer. Wanted to send that one back to Mills, picked off by Shinato, and he's off to the races. Yakney, the lone defender in front of him, gets through, shot off, saved by Brown. And Favreau digging for it. He's going to say he stepped through the crease there, or rather, Ashton Brown was still in the crease when Favreau reached for it. So Braden Lady will jog this one back into the offensive zone. Mills to Cowan. So those two connected so often last year. Bit of a 1-2 punch here for the Saints. Is Mills. Shovel feed, far side. Dockstader sends that shot wide. Hoogstraten had a wide open net. Instead, the rebound goes the other way as Poco looking for an answer. Shot, and they score! The Adanacs looked for an answer, and they found one. As I believe that was Ben Musso getting the feed and going through a bit of a twister as he leapt through the air, reaching back, stick side on Brown. And getting Coquitlam's first goal in quite some time here, and they cut the lead to 1 with 11:49 to play in the third. Another face-off win for the Adanacs, with a chance to tie this game. It's Favreau sends it down to the corner. C works the strong side with Parker Kennedy, or Pana now, late man in. Diabo. Far side, Jackson Dillon looking for a man in the corner. Kennedy was there but couldn't take it cleanly. Now Orpana 3 to shoot. Big shot off the mask, and that goes out of play. What a shot by Orpana. So I think he was just looking for the rebound. Ends up sending it off the mask of Ashton Brown and out of play. That'll be a fresh 30 for the Adanacs. Lady with a slide and a big collision there as he sends his man to the turf. And then the pass goes off the sideboards. Can Coquitlam take advantage? They got to be quick to get this over center. And they do so as Ty Fisher was waiting for that near center. And he'll head off after getting that one to safety for the Saints. What a collision by Braden Lady. You always have to have your head up when he's on the floor, and he is so often. Now Meyer, fake shot, 5 to shoot. McDonald, it falls to him. Shot and a save by Kask. Poco forecheck as Shinato comes up with it. Falls and sends it far side. Coquitlam does get over center in time with about a second to spare. Chalmers into the play now. The remainder of the offensive fleet gets onto the turf now. Chalmers down low to the crease. One-timer. Favreau just put that one off the side of the post. Now Poco's got a man up if they can hit him, but there's that forecheck of Coquitlam. Chalmers takes another big hit by Poco, this time courtesy of Levi Tui. Body's flying here in this third period with just under 10 minutes to go. Poco still up by 1. Yakney gets it over center. He's got Parker Kennedy on his back. Dockstader leaps for that, keeping possession. Nifty swim move as he gets over Reed. And he'll maintain possession for his team. McDonald. Righty strong on this set for Poco. Dockstader, blind flip, intended for Cowan. Falls to McDonald, just 3 to shoot. They got to get one on target. Hoogstraten showing off his hands to keep possession, but couldn't get one towards the goal in time. Light forecheck for Poco. They'll get the rest of their change going. Jackson Dillon gets back into the offensive zone. Surveying the middle of the floor. Has some room. Orpana, watched by Lady. Shot, a low save there by Brown. And a quick up to Ty Fisher on the far side boards. Working on Chalmers. Gets away from him and over center. First man in is Josh Mills. He'll take possession. 8:45 to play in the third. 7-6 in favor of the hometown Saints. Hoogstraten fakes the flip. Shot saved by Kask. Rebound falls to Kennett. He's got a man up. Nice wrap check by Mills. Kennett keeps after the loose ball, though, and gets into the offensive zone. Now slowing up as just had one man with him. Drop feed. As the first man in there was Alex Tan. Now Hansen. Orpana. Fakes the shot, flip down low. Shot, save, Brown, rebound in front of the crease. And that'll be an interference call against Poco. So again, the bodies continue to fly. Chalmers with possession off the quick whistle. Runs into Meach, forcing him to the corner. Away from pressure is Favreau. Now Kennedy eats a slash, no call, working now behind the net. Shot deflected towards the goal. Delayed call now coming up against Poco. Meach battling for the loose ball. Yakny comes in to support, as does Nolan Ross. Still up for grabs as it's just amongst the forest of feet. And eventually it is touched by a Poco player. And that Poco player, being Jensen Jones, will head off for 2 or less. Rycor Construction has been providing quality craftsmanship to the Lower Mainland for over 15 years, specializing in residential renovations. Anything from a kitchen or bathroom makeover to a full home renovation. They're family owned and operated and pride themselves on exceptional client experience. RycorConstruction.ca. So the Coquitlam power play going back to work here. Favreau looking for the game's tying goal. Shot goes wide, still 15 to shoot. Orpana. Back to the point. Jackson Dillon running quarterback this time around as Chalmers goes down to the far side corner instead. Pass through, falls to Chalmers off the deflection, just 3 to shoot. Shot, saved by Brown, and he'll hang on to the rebound. So they got their motion initially, but second chance kind of turned into nothing for the Adanacs. And Brown makes a sharp save towards the end of the shot clock. Mills works with Doxeter. Comes over top off the heavy screen. So those two start to find some chemistry in the early parts of the season. Now Mills working into a double team, just 2 to shoot, killing as much clock as possible here. Good job on the kill here from Mills. Absorbs a check, has some words for the official. Wanted a call there, one that he's not going to get, and he'll head off for a change to get the remainder of the penalty kill on. The last man will be Levi Tui. Just over 40 seconds remaining in the Coquitlam penalty. Chalmers back to the point. One-timer! Coquitlam ties the game! Let's take a look here as you normally see the one-timer courtesy of a side-to-side feed. This time it just goes high to low to the far side corner. And I believe that was Jackson Dillon putting that one past Ashton Brown on the stick side, just between that right leg and the post. And we are once again tied for the first time since that midway point in the second period. A lot of lacrosse to play here, and the game is fully up for grabs. Coquitlam looking to remain perfect, trying to improve to 3-0 on the year. Poco looking for their first win of the season. They were good on home floor last year. 6-3-1 were the Saints. But Coquitlam was also good on the road last year, 7-3 en route to that first place finish. Now McDonald. Good stick check there by the Coquitlam defender. Jordan Cacchetto jarring that one free, and that'll be an interference call against the Saints. So just over 5 minutes remaining here in this third period. Can Coquitlam find the lead on this possession? Orpana, late man in, sends it to the corner. Now Chalmers. Feed to the near side. Favreau shot and a stick side save there with the glove by Ashton Brown. Giveaway as Parker Kennedy grabs it from the middle of the void. Backhand shot! What a chance. But Ashton Brown, last line of defense, shuts the door, and Parker Kennedy draws an interference call and a fresh 30 for Coquitlam. Another chance to reclaim the lead for the Adanacs. Chalmers spins away. Favreau puts that one just off the shoulder, says the official. And now Josh Yakney with a fast break opportunity. Gets a shot free, and Kask shuts the door and retreats back to his crease as Yakney grabs the rebound. Doxeter now saves that one from going back over center. Man, oh man, has he been impressive. One of the newly acquired players here for the Poco Saints in the offseason, and he has made his presence felt. Now Meyer, 10 to shoot. Forced to the corner. Hoogstraten gets a shot off. Trying to go 5-hole past Kask, who just got enough of it. And it's now stuck in his gear, just now falling out. We talk about the impressive goaltending in this game, and it has been coming from both creases here. Both Ashton Brown and Jack Kask have been stellar in this game. Kask with the latest save this time. Now Diabo sends it over to Jackson Dillon. Shot, saved by Brown. Rebound goes to the sideboards. Now Mander tries to take advantage, creating a fast break opportunity. He's got two defenders on him. On his wrong side, gets a shot off, and Kask again, sliding over to his right, shuts the door. Now a heads-up play courtesy of Alex Tan. Ty Fisher was right there trying to take possession away from Coquitlam. And again, Poco jumping up. Jensen Jones picking off a feed. And now 3:20 to play in the third. We're still tied. Now Poco with the latest opportunity. Cowan, near side. Damoni Thomas. Skip feed. Shot saved by Kask. Shutting down Mills this time. Every save growing in importance as we approach the late stages. And we're going to get a penalty here to Coquitlam. It will be Orpana heading off. And this could be a crucial one. The Poco power play, 2 for 5 in this game, and now looking for more, trying to take advantage. West Coast Iron in Port Coquitlam is the powerhouse of serious training in the Lower Mainland. With 15,000 square feet of iron and a ton of cardio machines, they welcome anyone and everyone looking to make a profound difference in their lifestyle. And they are the place to do it. Poco power play going to work here. Cowan running quarterback. Mills off the fake pass, fooled some defenders but did not fool Kask. He shakes his head there. That's an important save for the Coquitlam netminder. Now, Coquitlam, I believe that's Ben Musso with an incredible effort there to keep possession and kill clock. Now Parker Kennedy, shorthanded in the offensive zone. Braden Lady directing traffic from the defensive standpoint. Forcing the Adanacs to just dump that one into the corner. Now another chance for Poco, excuse me. Still just over a minute to work with on the power play. Owen Orpana watches on from afar. Last man in will be Andrew Cowan. No Josh Mills on this power play as Wall replaces him. Cowan from the point to Meyer. Now they start their motion. Big wind-up shot and a save by Kask. Shouldering that one to the corner. Damoni Thomas grabs the rebound. Fresh 30 for Poco. Meyer to Cowan. Game still tied, 7-7, 1.5 to play. Shot goes wide. That'll be a back over call against Poco. So 1:31 to play and 33 seconds until Owen Orpana can rejoin the action. But it will be Ryan Favreau working from the near side. Down low, Hansen comes back up top as he and Favreau just play pass back and forth for the time being. 15 seconds now remaining in the penalty. Favreau finds his way behind, working on Lady, forcing him to the corner. Favreau still with it, 8 to shoot. Hansen couldn't get his hands on it. Yakney had his back turned. Now a twister on target. Brown had to be sharp there as makes the save off of a blind twister by Orpana. Rebound falls to Braden Lady. And now under a minute to play, 50 seconds to be exact in the third. We're still tied, 7-7. Cowan to Hoogstraten. Shot, an early one, a bouncer short side, gloved away by Kask. Now Kennedy on a breakaway, 37 seconds to play. Kennedy off the shoulder of Brown. His most important save of the game so far. Now under 30 to play. About a 3-second difference between game and shot clock. Poco wants a timeout. The ref can't hear him. Now he does. So Poco will have possession. 23 seconds to play. And we are all squared up. Cameraman extraordinaire George Parra. Are you having fun? Because I'm having fun. Jeff Fisher? He's sweating. He's sweating more than he's having fun. 2/3 of us up here in the booth are having fun. And we thank you guys all for joining us on BC Sports TV. Reminder, you can catch some more action on our channels tomorrow from Victoria. 12:30 in the BC Junior B Tier 1 division. It will be Victoria versus Maple Ridge. And then in the Junior A League, right after, it will be the Shamrocks taking on the Delta Islanders. And you can find all that for free on BC Sports TV. And the Maui Classic? Okay, Jeff Fisher's yelling at me, and it's hardly English. So I'm not going to relay the message. However, I will relay the message that Poco has another home game this Sunday that we will also have on our channels. Sunday, May 19th versus the visiting Victoria Shamrocks. But we got 23 seconds at least of game action to get through here. Tied 7-7. Ashton Brown's going to remain in the net, so we will stay 5-on-5 here. And we'll see what the Poco Saints can draw up. Got to be careful of that transition going the other way that Coquitlam is so good at. But do they have a little bit of magic here? Meyer, far side. Pass deflected by Dockstader. Hoogstraten, pass to the middle, intended for Thomas. 5 to shoot. Meyer, over to Dockstader. Now 3 to shoot. 4 seconds to play. His shot goes wide, and that'll do it for regulation. One last chance. Goes the length of the floor. And we will have overtime, I believe. The officials will head towards each coaching staff individually. So just a quick break here. And then we will be back to the action. I believe if we're going off what it was last year, it should be sudden death, I believe. But we will await confirmation. But man, oh man, what a... just an incredible first game here from the John Bailey Arena, the home opener for the Poco Saints. And it looked early like Coquitlam was going to run away with this one as they were all over the floor, all over the face-off dot, just asserting themselves on every aspect that you could ask. But Poco came storming back in that second period, grabbed the lead into the third as well. But then it was the Coquitlam Adanacs reaching into their bag of tricks to tie it once again. And that's how we find ourselves here, heading towards overtime. So we are getting confirmation now. It is a 10-minute, one timeout each. And Jeff Fisher, is it golden goal or sudden death? 10-minute period. Okay. Okay. I stand corrected, George. We'll see. But if what we're hearing is correct, it will be a 10-minute. There it is, full time. So no sudden death, 10-minute, full period. And we will see a hero at some point. Will it come early? Will it come late? We will find out. Again, if you want to get interactive here on the streams, you can hit us up on our socials, Twitter and Instagram at BC Sports TV. You You can hit me up on Twitter as well, at Ferratino, or at Instagram, at Tino Farah. I always appreciate the early messages, George, the early in the season specifically, because that's when rosters are still getting sorted out. And there's almost always some kind of goaltender change that I'm not made aware of. So when I get messages, it's helpful. But we are back underway. Start of the overtime period here again. Full time, 10 minutes. 1 timeout each. And there's a rare faceoff win for Poco. But an early swarm from Coquitlam takes possession away. Ben Musso's going to push pace here. 2-on-2 with Robbie Turpin. A defensive duo shot gets deflected and goes wide. Now Jordan Mead's trying to chase after it alongside Levi Tui. Coquitlam maintains. Now here's Turpin to Chalmers. Is there a hero on the floor right now? Chalmers with a rising subber, stopped by Ashton Brown right into the logo. He's going to lob this one all the way up the floor. Josh Yakney chased that one down. He'll slow up, wait for some help off the bench. First man in is Lee Stockstitter. Cowan takes possession instead. Yakney going to stay and play an offensive shift here. Hoogstraten, shot saved by Kask. So both goaltenders with saves here in the overtime period. Here's Alex Tan. Far side. He's got Braden Lady in front of him. Now Hansen returns it over to the righties. Diabo gets a shot off, and off the glove. That was a dangerous look. But Brown got enough of it to send the rebound just outside the crease. Poco collects. Mills, first man in. Slowly into the offensive zone. Finds Damoni Thomas. Returns the ball back to the lefties. Lefty strong on this set. It's Meyer trying to get lost off ball on the crease. 8 seconds to shoot now. Flip pass. Cowan to Meyer. Shot just wide. Rebound, low shot saved by Kask, and he leaps out of his crease. Getting into the physicality here as well as Poco continues to look on the forecheck. Mills will head off instead. Digging for possession. But Coquitlam with the extra man comes away with it. Dillon surveying the floor. Near side. Orpana behind the net. Parker Kennedy working on Meach. Swim move over the double team. Goes to the far side. Now 4 to shoot. Dillon, shot, stick slashed away by Ty Fisher. Heads up play by the Poco defender to take away what looked like a clean look for the Coquitlam sharp shooter. Now Hoogstraten calling for a screen. Dockstader, quick shot! Goes just wide. Kask might have caught a piece of it. Looking for an early strike in that set. Now here's Alex Tan. Watched by Nolan Ross. Hansen sends it back to the far side. Chalmers returns to Chase Hansen. Takes it off the sideboards. 5 seconds to shoot. A heavy one is blocked by the aforementioned Ross. Picks it up just before the shot clock expires. Now it does. There to help out and get it over center is Jensen Jones. Finds some room. Mills back into the play. 6.5 now to play in the overtime period. Now Wall to Mills. Down low, Cowan. Skip feed back up top. Lincoln Wall shot. Saved by Kask. Rebound goes to the corner. But again, Coquitlam first there as they are so often on the defensive end. Kennedy off the flip. This is a full Poco barn here, folks. I got to tell you, the roof is going to blow off this place if Poco can find a goal. Ashton Brown makes a save there. Finds now Ethan Self. Got to be quick to get this one over center. Dockstader takes a slash. Wants a call, not going to get it, but he gets into the offensive zone regardless. And Parker Kennedy was slow to get up, but now back out onto the bench. Hunter Meyer. Now righty strong on this set. Mills shot, kicked aside by Kask. Mills gets his own rebound, avoids the crease, twister pass over to Hoogstraten. Meyer. Hoogstraten wants it back, gets it, shot, he scores! Liam Hoogstraten, his first goal of the game is his biggest one. As the hometown team gets the lead here in overtime with 5:23 to play. And a ton of credit goes to Mills on that one as well, as he had the first shot and grabbed the rebound off the cask save, keeping the play alive. And the Poco offense went to work, moving it east to west, and Hoogstraten just fires that one, a one-timer that went far side past cask. And just a massive goal in front of the Poco faithful. Coquitlam now again looking for an answer. Chalmers into the play. Lady took a low hit. He's slow to get up. Back to his feet now. Orpana shot, gloved away by Ashton Brown. Chance for Poco to go the other way, but instead Coquitlam keeps possession. Hansen over to Chalmers. Gets the screen, low shot, goes just wide. Might be a back over call. Yes, it will. A big rebound. And that one certainly favors Poco with 4:39 remaining in overtime. Here's Meyer. Over to Cowan. Content with slowing things down here. Lincoln Wall, however, takes it towards the goal and fires it home. It's a 2-goal advantage for Poco in overtime. They could smell the blood. And Lincoln Wall grabs his second of the game, finding some space through the middle of the floor. The lead is now 2 with about 4:20 to play in overtime. Still time to work with, but Coquitlam certainly has to be weary of the clock. Kennedy back out there after getting a little roughed up on his last shift. Shot by Dillon, deflected, maintained by Hansen. 10 to shoot now. Skip feed far side. Jackson Dillon over to Kennedy. Wasn't expecting that as that one eludes him. Now just 3 to shoot. Hansen shot saved by Brown. Quick up to Yakny over center. Now under 4 to play. Got to be careful of the center line. Ty Fisher heads up play to leap over the line as that ball was still in the air. Negates the back over call. Here's Mills. He's got Hoogstraten far side. Finds him. Shots. What a save by Kask. Not sure if he got a piece of it or the post, but if he did, what a marvelous save by the Coquitlam goaltender. Coquitlam now. Over center. Bounce pass to Chalmers. Shinato heads off for a change. Replacing him will be Jackson Dillon. He has possession now. Quickly over to Chalmers. Now Orpana gets the flip over to Favreau. Spins underneath. Under 10 to shoot. Favreau, trying to get his hands free. Down low, Orpana. Shot. Saved by Brown. Rebound collected by Meach. And Chalmers was right there. That's an important loose ball. Now 2:50 to play in overtime. Aiden McDonald gets into it. Late man in will be Lincoln Wall. On hat trick watch here. He had the latest goal in this overtime period for Poco. Lee Stockstader had his pass picked off by Logan Mellish. He's going to push pace. 2:25 to play in overtime. Mellish has some room. Pass to Kennedy. He was just off the mark. So he was tiptoeing the crease. Instead, Poco looks to go the other way. Dockstader. Spin move on Musso. Gets over just in time. Backhand flip over to Hoogstraten. What a feed. Hoogstraten currently with the game winner if it does remain this way. It's now under 2 minutes to play here. Aiden McDonald to the aforementioned Hoogstraten. 5 to shoot. Skip feed intended for Cowan was deflected. He couldn't take it cleanly. Tried to dump it to the corner. Again, couldn't get that one cleanly. Instead, Ben Musso goes over center. He's got some room. Lady in front of him. Bounce shot saved by Brown. And a defender in there to clean it up before it rolls over the goal line was Ethan Self. 1:35 to play. Shots 51-43 for Poco. Trying to hand Coquitlam their first loss of the season. Again, content with slowing things down. Ryan Favreau going to sneak into the offensive zone here. Poco now made aware of it. Shot by Thomas goes wide, and that'll go out of play off the hop. Now Jack Kask is going to head off with 1:13 to play. Coquitlam will go 6-on-5. Poco's defense goes to a zone. Orpana, far side. Dillon over to Chalmers. He's got Tan underneath of him. Shot and a save by Brown. He's got an empty net if he wants to go for it. He will send it up the floor. It's rolling towards the empty net, and it goes just wide. It's Kask again sends it up the floor. Now 45 seconds to play. Coquitlam needs 2. Got to go to the net here quickly. It's Diabo from the corner over to Chalmers. Down low, Favreau. Back to Chalmers. Return feed to Favreau. Has that one fall out of his stick. Skip feed. Dillon deflects over to Diabo. 10 seconds to shoot. Shot from distance. Saved by Brown. Coquitlam gets the reset. 23 seconds to play. Pass picked off by Nolan Ross. Pass goes up. Poco has the empty net. 15 seconds to play. They will call timeout with possession, and that should do it, barring some kind of disaster here for Poco. They can feel it. The Poco Saints are just about 12 seconds away from their first win of the season on their home opener nonetheless. And the vibes in the arena, in the John Bailey Arena, are certainly picking up. To get a look there on our broadcast screens of the Poco bench, specifically that defensive core that just got the stop that they needed. And again, you can sort of see Ashton Brown heading back towards his net now, and what a game he has had. One of 2 newly acquired goaltenders for Poco in, of course, Ashton Brown and Amani Mitten. It was a very shaky start for the goaltending duo a couple of nights ago versus Burnaby, but Ashton Brown has been stellar in this game. 41 saves to this point, and Nolan Ross is going to try to run this one out. So he dumps that one ahead to the floor in open space. 5 seconds to play. He's got an empty net if he wants to take it himself. Runs into some contact. Now sends it over to Mander instead, and that will do it. The Poco Saints earn a 9-7 victory in their home opener and even up their record to 1-1. What a game. And the Poco faithful come to their feet and give this team a standing ovation. What a game. And we thank you all for joining us here on our broadcast airwaves. It was a fun one here from the John Bailey Arena, but that's going to do it for the entire cast of characters here in the booth. For cameraman extraordinaire George Parra, I've been Tino Farah, we've been BC Sports TV, and we will see you next time.